Hi there, I'm just doing a quick vlog today on this beautiful sunny day, and in fact I've just spent the day down at the beach and it's so wonderful to be doing pretty much what I want to do most of the time. And what this video is about is the small things that you can do to step into your own power and to turn your life into the life that you want to be living, not the life that you feel that you ought to be living to please other people, or the life that you feel that you should be living, but the life that you actually want to live. Because that's what we're here to do, to enjoy our lives and live the life that we want to be living. And there's certain steps that you can take towards at least getting to a place where you have the willingness to start to live the life that you want to live. And that's the first step. Everything starts in our imagination, and that's where manifesting and co-creating with the universe to create the life that you want to be living comes in. So one of the things that I suggest doing is investing in a book about law of attraction. Now, I really love Wayne Dyer, and I really love this book because it's got really beautiful illustrations and pictures which instantly make you feel better when you read it, and the way that he writes is just really beautiful and inspiring, and it just makes perfect sense. There's some other wonderful writers like Esther Hicks, for instance, and Louise Hay, and I also do read their work. The reason that I'm sort of suggesting that book is because that's the one that I'm reading at the moment, and I just really love it, and I have no doubt that you would too, and that it would really help you in your journey towards living the life that you want to be living. Most of my video blogs are about diet and natural health, and that is also part of it as well. So eating things like fresh mangoes, watermelon, and keeping your food high vibrational, I really recommend that. So no processed food. I don't eat any processed food at all. I have no sugar. I am in my 40s now as well, and I truly believe that there is no need to define yourself by your age, by your gender, even by your name. You can call yourself what you like. You can be what you like. You can think yourself into being the person that you want to be and the person that you've always wanted to be. And you know, this goes against the grain. Some people get really angry, and I've noticed that since I've kind of made this shift towards positivity, using positive language and all the rest of it, there's this kind of angry backlash that comes from certain people, not everybody of course, and that, I believe, is because of social conditioning and the fact that we are kind of brainwashed into a subservient kind of self-loathing state, where we kind of collectively appear apologetic about ourselves instead of practicing self-love and self-empowerment. And I think that it's really important to make certain steps towards self-love, because then what you find is that when you've got the willingness and you are making certain steps towards change, that the universe comes on board with you, it picks up that new vibration and it co-creates with you the things that you want, and that is how things come into your life. Even just having that willingness, the universe and your source, yourself as a spiritual being, already knows what you want. So you don't need to spend hours kind of visualizing and stuff like that, but I do suggest every day being grateful for the things that you already have. Being grateful for the beach, being grateful for the park, being grateful for the trees, for the food that you have to eat. You know, saying a prayer of appreciation for your food before you eat it. Being appreciative in your daily life as you walk around, looking at things of beauty and thinking, oh, that's beautiful, I like that. So just coming with a kind of an air of gratitude, even if you're doing the job right now that you hate, that you want to get out of. And I'm kind of sort of in that position as well, where I'm transitioning from one way of working to another. Have gratitude for what that allows you in your life. So look on the positive side of everything that you're doing, even on those days when you just feel like, I just can't pull myself out of this dark mood or this, low vibration. Just have gratitude for it. Like, okay, accept I'm not feeling great right now. What is this teaching me? What is this bringing? Because you'll find that within a day or so, if you've got the willingness, that you can turn that around, and that the answer for why that happened will come to you, and that then things start to really speed up in terms of, your own positive vibration, and then you get momentum, and then once momentum starts, and things keep coming in and coming in and coming in, and it's the same, which is why it's so important to be in charge, to be aware of what you're creating, because we're all creating our own reality every second of every day with our thoughts and with the words that we speak. So it's so important to be mindful of that, because we want to be creating positive experiences. If you go around with a negative mindset, then you're just going to get more of the same, more of the same, more of the same. If you go out around with a positive mindset, you're going to get more of the same, more of the same, more of the same. Because that's the thing, we are born alchemists, and we are totally and completely powerful. And that's something that has been kind of hidden from us. It's not in the interest, obviously, of mainstream capitalist culture to have us feeling, empowered and strong, and to know what we truly are, which is spiritual beings having a human experience. We are in a 5 sense reality. And so when we want something and we don't see it manifesting in the physical plane immediately, it's easy to get into a position of feeling kind of down about it and negative, and that's the block. So what we have to do is feel happy with what we have, feel happy in the now, feel happy about ourselves and our lives, and that's how we get those good things, manifest in physical form. Another really important thing to do is be mindful of what you're putting into your body in terms of what you drink. So drinking pure filtered water, and drinking from a glass bottle, not a plastic bottle, that's really important. I'll put a link at the bottom of the video to a water filter that I recommend, and carry this around with you. Our bodies are made up of 70% water, so the water that we drink is really, really important. It's not just, drink pure water if you feel like it. It really is very, very important from the point of view of detoxifying your body, and also from the point of view of your health in general and your vibrational health as well. Eating loads and loads of fruits, eating lots of fresh vegetables as well. I suggest green smoothies because you just can't beat them in terms of nutritional value, and that's really high vibrational food. You can put anything green into them, and then what I suggest to kind of make them taste nicer is that you add bananas or dates or both, because they sweeten anything really and make it taste better. So yeah, these are just a few things that you can do. Walking in nature, so walking in the park and actually getting in touch with the ground, so taking your shoes off, having bare feet, walking on the grounds, and having gratitude, looking around you, and actually whilst you're doing it, having appreciative thoughts for what you see around you physically when you're walking around. This might sound kind of really out of the ordinary or crazy to some people, but, this is really, really working in my own life, all of this stuff. And, that's why I want to kind of share it with other people, because I came from a place of, my mindset a few years ago was glass half empty. That's kind of, I don't know if I was born that way, or if my life experiences with my childhood and all the rest of it kind of trains me into this negative pattern of pretty much being totally down on myself, and then being down on the world around me and down on other people. You know, I viewed other people as, you know, as if they should be feared. And, you know, I lived my life in fear. And this is why I just want to share everything that I'm learning and that I know with people, because, you know, my life is now pretty much completely opposite to that. So I have managed to turn it around, and I really believe that when you have the willingness, just the willingness alone will accelerate that, because you're changing your vibration. When that willingness to change for the better and that true desire for positive experiences mixed with that willingness, you know, the universe hears that. And it doesn't, you know, it doesn't have an opinion on right and wrong. It doesn't have an opinion on fair. Because, you know, we're kind of like, oh yeah, but that's not fair. Other people have A, B, C, D, or why do other people have all the luck? Instead of thinking that thing, isn't it great that that person has got so many fantastic things going for them? Yeah? Because the universe picks up that vibration. It goes, oh, you like that? Okay. Well, so we'll bring some of that good stuff into your life too. And you just cannot beat it, because even if you don't believe in this stuff in terms of, you know, metaphysics, and you are an atheist and you have no belief, you are still co-creating with the universe. That's just a fact. Even if you don't take that on board though, just having a positive mindset makes life so much more enjoyable, and other people will respond to you differently too. So, you know, this stuff is infectious. Positivity is infectious. Other people, they see it and they think, wow, I want some of that. And then they want to take it on as well. And, you know, we know that this amazing awakening and this global paradigm shift is happening. And we see that with people changing, you know, their ethics. People are looking at everything from, you know, the way we're affecting the environment with food packaging. And I'm not talking about the government, I'm talking about individuals. People are wanting to get involved in community projects, and like, you know, sustainable projects and growing projects and stuff like that. People, I see it all the time, you know, random acts of kindness all around me. I see people being kind to each other and caring about each other and helping each other. You know, people are looking at their diet and they're not wanting to eat animal products anymore. And the vegan movement is just, it's unbelievable in the way that, you know, it's growing exponentially. I mean, the vegan movement, there's 300% more vegans this year than there were last year. And people are also taking back their power, and they got the guts to stop doing these jobs that they hate, and they're like, do you know what? I'm not going to do it. I know people who are doing the most amazing things, who are just deciding to leave their jobs and just go off, you know, travelling with no particular destination in mind, just themselves, a rucksack and a tent, just like into the world, you know, to see what's out there. You know, we live on this beautiful planet, and there's so many wonderful things out there, and I just think it's so important to step outside this paradigm of negative thinking. And, you know, it comes from the top, it comes from the establishment. We don't need to take it on board. We are powerful, we can step outside it, you know, we can survive. There's also wonderful things going on in terms of, you know, people teaching people how to forage and how to survive in the wilds. What an amazing thing. You know, that actually we don't need to have fear. If the shit were to hit the fan, you know, we could survive on all the abundance that is within nature, just with a little bit of information. You know, so we don't need to be living in fear. I think it's so important. The mainstream media, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, the alternative media is stoking up fear. Okay? I don't even look at any news. I only look at good news. Only look at good news. Don't even look at that stuff, because you take that in and then you start vibrating with that. So if it's spreading fear, which most of it is, don't read it. because you're going to take that vibration on. Look at, look at things of beauty, look at things that make you feel happy, get on board with that, grow it in terms of, your mindsets by appreciating it, drink pure water, eat natural foods, cut out processed foods, cut out sugar. The change that you will notice in your body and in your mind is just unbelievable. Even just try it for a month. I don't think 2 weeks is enough. I really think that, to see the kind of change that I'm talking about, needs to be a month of doing this stuff. And these are really simple things. You don't need to just kind of have the courage right now to give up the job that you hate and all the rest of it. And even, if you feel like you're addicted to processed foods, which I know a lot of people feel that they are, then just say, okay, well, for a month or even on a daily basis, just for today, I am going to practice self-love, and I'm going to practice self-love by doing what I want to do, by eating foods that are good for my body, by surrounding myself with people that make me feel good, people that are good people, that, are positive people. And this, you'll find, will just snowball once you step on that path. That's what's happened for me. And, sometimes I do get an angry backlash off my blogs, off my video blogs, because people will say, oh, ignoring the negative, blah, blah, blah. How are you helping people? How are you helping? I tell you what, by talking about that stuff vibrationally, we are doing nothing other than adding to the momentum of the problem. Because as we know, we get more of the same, more of the same. So if you are getting on board with what's wrong, and I'm not talking about people who volunteer to help the homeless or volunteer in community projects, because that's all positive. That's like taking action in a positive way. But people say, oh, how are you helping? What? I tell you what, I have had more people get in touch with me and say that they changed their lifestyle around, that they have, moved themselves and their children onto a healthy diet, that they're going vegan, or that they're going off to do these amazing, wonderful, adventurous things that they never could have dreamed that they would do. I've had more of those people get in touch and message me and tell me that they're doing those things than ever before, than when I was, getting angry and on that kind of, negative vibration. So it really is true. Because some people will say, oh, how is a load of hippies meditating? There's been some really interesting studies with transcendental meditation, for instance, that when people collectively meditate, the happiness levels of the entire community, and in fact, good things start happening within the community. And, some people will say, oh, it's absolute new age rubbish, all the rest of it, that there's no power in, in just meditating. Yeah, there is. There is power in it, because you are changing the vibration of yourself, and therefore you're changing the collective vibration, because we are all co-creating our reality. The bad stuff that's going on, we're co-creating it. The more attention that we give to it, the more we're creating it. The less attention that we give to it, action, yeah, go for it. Help your fellow man. Absolutely, 100%. Anyway, I'm starting to go on a bit. So I hope that you found this video interesting. And please leave me a comment and like and subscribe. Thanks.